Are we live? I want to try this. Hi Gary, hang on, let me pause what I'm listening to. I was just on your stream, I was just having a look at your stream about 10 minutes ago, 10, 15 minutes ago. I know, you were doing multiplayer and you had this push me, pull you sort of plane. Didn't you? I did see your aircraft with two directions. It's okay if you can't stay. But yeah, I did pop into your stream for a couple of minutes and had a look at what you were doing. Nice. Yeah, it looked like you had tried to change the center of gravity on the fly, and I assume you were trying to get it to change direction in the air. it just looked funny. It looked really weird. It's a good thing to play with. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do in Derail Valley tonight. My game just crashed. Happens. Crashed the desktop. Yeah, Kerbal is a stressed game, isn't it? Right, silly. I don't even know what I'm doing with this. Should we do a shunting job? See you later. Enjoy your street. All right, thanks for popping in, Gary. Anyway, thanks for popping in. And I'll chat to you again. I mean, what's the time now? The time is 12:20. Yeah, I'm just going to have a nice, relaxing, casual Derail Valley stream. Well, I'm trying to remember what I did last night. I think I used the DM3 and I dragged those wagons here from... we don't really need this. I don't really need the DH4. I'd like to dump it somewhere. Need to dump it somewhere. Pigs. Pigs. The thing is, I hardly used this one, the S060. I've hardly used this. So I'd like to use this, but then I'll get high cryptic. Because if I use this, I'll get attached to it. I'll end up dragging 4 locomotives around, won't I? Yeah, I'm just high cryptic. Yeah, tonight I'm just doing a relaxing Derail Valley stream. Not Kerbal tonight. I'm a bit burnt out on Kerbal, so I'm just going to do some Derail Valley. I haven't decided what to do yet. What job to do here? What task? We've got a haulage task, or we've got another haulage task. We've got these logistical hauls. Logistical hauls are for empty wagons. They're full wagons, and these are shunting jobs. Could take a short shunting job, couldn't we? $779 tons is quite a lot. 779 tons of fruit, vegetables, and eggs. 192 tons, 203, 130. These are quite heavy, aren't they? I'm playing some Satisfactory. Oh, okay. Satisfactory. Some people I interact with on Discord have been playing Satisfactory. Is it Satisfactory that we've been playing this week? Because I keep getting Satisfactory mixed up with the other game. That's Factorio, isn't it? Factorio and Satisfactory. I keep getting them mixed up. But yeah, I know a few people who've been playing Satisfactory this week. So you as well. Where's the map? Right, if we're down here in the farm, we could take one of these halls to the machine factory in town, which is all the way up there. We got harbour and town, we just come from there. Goods factory, food factory. You just started a new save. That's the first person perspective one, isn't it? The first person perspective one, because I get it mixed up with Factorio, which is the top down one. Isn't it? Is that right? 3 pickups. 2 drop-offs. Let's take this one. Just take this small shunting job. Okay, 2 drop-offs. B2I. So we need B2I. Honestly, I'm tempted to use this. Yes, a third person perspective. Oh, third person, is it? Third person. I hardly use this steam engine because I don't know where all the parts are. Where's the... Can't climb up there. Oh, you can. And there's the water. Where's the dynamo? And there's the dynamo valve there. Oh, they're both valves are by here. Okay. Yes, it's very dark in here. You meant first person, okay. First person, third person. I mean, some games like old Half-Life, you used to be able to change it to first or third person. I'm making a lot of typos. Well, it is. I don't know how much sleep you've got, but it is 12:30 here, so a lot of people are sleepy. I think Gary's just gone to bed. Oh, there's a light bulb up there. Okay, the other steam engine doesn't have a light bulb. Should we try this steam engine? Oh, that's the injector. There's the water in the boiler. So water's going in the boiler. So there's a little bit of heat in it. Is that the drop, fire drop? And that's the damper. Oh, 4:45 p.m. Okay. Gotta remember where all you guys are, where you all live. I struggle to remember because I just need to remember. Right, handbrake's on. So water in the boiler. Water's going in the boiler. Right. Right. There's boiler pressure. And that's the temperature. There's boiler pressure here. The boiler pressure going up. Is there any water in the tanks at all? Oh yeah, there's water in the tanks. Good. Turn these valves on. Dynamo and the electrics. and the brake compressor. Where's the brake valve? See, I don't know. I haven't used this steam engine, so I'm just looking at. That's the cylinder cocks. What's this? What's this? Oh, is this the reverser? I guess that's the reverser. Boiler pressure's going up. You know, out of all the locomotives in the game, because some of them are loosely based on real steam engines and real locomotives, this one's probably the most accurate. There's like a steam engine that went all the way around the world, and we called them Yank tanks in this country because they were built in the States and they were exported all over the world. And yeah, there's a type of steam engine that's actually looks like this, though I don't know about how accurate the interior is. Wait for the pressure to go up. The pressure can go up more than that. Right, can we work the brakes? This is harder to see. Yeah, the brakes are working. And this brake isn't working. One of the valves isn't open on down here, is it? That's closed. And that valve's closed. Oh, we've got to oil the pots as well. We've got to oil the pots. Where's the oil? I haven't I haven't watched any videos from Lowry for a while. Lowry Mechanical Marvels. And this is what he does. He goes around the steam engines and oiling all the valve gear. He's got a big section in his videos on YouTube where he goes around oiling all the valve gear. Scratch, man. Scratch. Okay. I don't know where the lights controls are. Where's the light control for this? Oh, there you go. Well, that's okay, because the other steam engine doesn't have lights. It doesn't have cab lights. That's why in the other steam engine I stuck a hook and in the ceiling and then put one of the lamps on it. Headlights. Thought we could get more pressure in the boiler than that. Alright, that scraping sounds, we've missed something. Hang on. The brake's on. Is there an oiler? Is there another oiling mechanism on the side? There's an oiling mechanism somewhere. Oh, we've forgotten. That's bright. There you go. Oil all the valve gear. lubricator, get it going. Right, both pots are full. There we go. Let's try this now. Scratch. That reverse is set. All brakes are off on me. Why is the train brake not working? Why is this one not working? Oh, right, I haven't done that valve down there. There you go. There we go. All right. Alright, the first job is we've got to pick up the following cars on B2I, B2 inbound, which I think is just that track there. Thing is, I'm going to feeling I'm going to get attached to the steam engine and I'm going to want to take it with me like I have with the others. I mean, I don't need the DM4 in the centre, I can just leave that one behind. But in future updates, apparently, an update is not going to happen for at least 18 months, 2 years. They're actually going to implement where all the locomotives and rolling stock stays, so it doesn't disappear if you move too far from it. B2I. B2I is over there. We got our steam engines. We got our flipping locomotives in the way. I didn't use. Okay, let's use this and pull all the steam engines. Why don't we? And all the locomotives, I mean. Right, we've done that switch there. We do that switch here. Oh, we could shunt them onto this line here. Out the way, couldn't we? Alright, let's do that. Because I got very little experience using this small steam engine, so if that's the reverse, so we've got that forward. Okay, I'm going to put the mute now and then put the podcast I was listening to back on. Yes, I know we're pushing against brakes. I can't be bothered to go out there and let the brakes off the other wagons. Hello, Gary Blue. Hang on, let me pause what I was listening to. My PC didn't handle OBS, YouTube, Discord, and multiplayer at once. I needed to finish the stream. Oh, wow, I had 33 people. Yeah, you had 30 people watching. I did see you have 30 people watching. Yeah, you're going well. Yeah, when I popped in, it was 30, not 33. So you had 33 in the end. And I'm restarting my machine. OBS, YouTube, Discord, multiplayer at once. That's why we need extra RAM. That's why we need extra RAM, and I can't afford extra RAM at the time being. Hang on. Which track is this? I left the other wagons down there, didn't I? Oh. Gone too far, have we? Right, I'm just trying to work out which track I left the wagons on. This one's the one we want. It's usually around 6. You're impressed? Extra RAM, another 300F. Yeah, I mean, I've got YouTube running on... But when I've got YouTube playing in on the... because I've got the podcast running in the second window. When I'm live streaming, I put it on a lower resolution. So that does help. I think that helps anyway. Putting the podcast on a lower resolution, trying to use up a little less of the system resources. But you've got far more mods than me on the Kerbal Space program, so it probably uses up a little bit more processing time. I mean, I rebuilt my machine in 2020, and I was hoping to update the RAM and have faster RAM at some point, but, well, it never happened. Oh, 15 megabytes per second. Oh, yeah. All right, you're on a low. You're in work, aren't you? You're in work. I forgot you're in work. Yeah, you're in work. do I get in? In this instance, there are a lot of mods on my instance, just a couple. You broke your collarbone as well, and you're in work? Broke or fractured? Is it painful? But today at work. Well, if you think you can do the work and it bothers me that they got cats running around. Bothers me. They got cats running around. I think it's dangerous to have cats running around. I mean, you'd think they'd have it so the cats be scared off by the steam engines. I mean, they're just like they don't have a collision box. You could just move straight through them, but that's not the point. I just think it's dangerous to have cats running around. Actually broken. There's a truck over there. Go on, the cat. Go and get the truck. I'm not moving the steam engine until the cat gets out the way. You'd think the chucks would run away if you go towards them. Derail Valley have got a big update coming in about 2 years. They've done an article. You've been on holiday, so I have no choice. You must. Yeah, you were on holiday, weren't you? The cat go. Come on, I need those wagons. There you go. I could do with a holiday. I think the bigger steam engine is easier to drive. I don't know where we got to put these. A2S, B3S. Set the reverser. Turn the brakes off. Right now, these tracks here are called A, and the B tracks are over there. So B3S. So we picked these wagons up from B2. So B3, I think, is the one with all those other wagons we pushed in. So we're gonna have to push all those as well. Your disk is reaching 100%. 100% usage or 100% full? This might be a problem too. Yeah, it will be a problem. Because if you're using up all your RAM as well, it start paging your RAM to the hard drive, and if you don't have hard drive space, then yeah, that could definitely be a problem. If you're in work, are you on a gaming laptop or something? Yeah, a laptop recently bought. Around 1000F. Right, hang on. So which tracks these? B3S. Pound. Okay. Pounds. £1,000. I don't know what sort of laptops you get for £1,000 because I haven't looked at prices of computer hardware for a while because, well, I just can't afford it. So B3F. So B3S. To be honest, is storage because you know, he's talking about disk space because I'm using up a lot of disk space because I've got all the videos and I'm doing a lot of videos. You know, because I've got the 4 YouTube channels and I'm messing around making videos for 4 YouTube channels and it's just taking up loads and loads of disk space. I could do with more hard drives, to be honest. Because like I said, the smallest hard drive in my machine, because I got 6 hard drives in my machine, the smallest one is 250 gigabytes, and I'd like to replace that with something a bit bigger. The hard drive prices are ridiculous now. I got a feeling this siding here, B3S, is going to have all the wagons. It's going to have so many wagons on it, they're going to come off the other end. And should we try and push against the brakes again rather than jumping out and taking the brakes off? That's what I did over there. That's what I did over there. We pushed against the brakes on the wagons. Gotta admit, it's a good looking game, but they're still developing Derail Valley. Apparently it's going to get much better than this. Take a screenshot. Right, then put the reverser full forward. Right, damper up. Stick a scoop of coal in there so we can get the pressure in the boiler up, and we'll push against these brakes. Nice and smooth and crispy. Okay, right, let's pull this and push against those brakes. So rather than jumping out, connecting the wagons and trying to let the brakes off, we'll push against them. Because we've got to get the wagons past that sign. Can't push against the brakes. Come on, little steam engine, you can do it. No, I can't. It's not as powerful as the other steam engines. I don't think it can do it. No, we're not moving. Alright, put the brakes on. Alright, so we connect these up. Oh, Derail Valley just locked up. Oh, see, now I got crashed now. Oh, I got crashed to desktop. Great. Now I'm just seeing the desktop. Hang on, let me take an anti-acid because my stomach hurts. Oh, flippin' heck. Alright, in my defence, Derail Valley is a game that's still in development and they still have bugs. It's not reached version 1 yet. It's loading, but it's not showing it on the screen. It should show on the screen when it's loaded. Let's see where the last save was. There we go. Right. So it's saved when before we started pushing against the brakes. And sometimes, like if you sleep in the game, it resets the brakes and things. We've still got steam, have we? We've still got some water in the boiler. Pull the damper up. Brakes off. Make sure those brakes are off. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do this. Right, this is where we were last time. Connect that up. Right, undo those brakes. There's another set of wagons up here. I'm going to push all this, are we? Oh, there you go. Is that it? Are those wagons coupled? No, the wagons coupled aren't coupled here. Okay, let's push all this. Right, reverser all the way forward. Brakes are off. And brakes off. Damper is up. Just a scoop of coal in there to keep the boiler pressure up. Right, use the regulator. Right, now the brakes are off down there. It should be nice and easy to push. Or easy-ish, still a lot of weight. Though we got wagons we'll hit at the other end. There you go, that's the other wagons. We can just push them because there'll only be one brake then. That's it, the wagons are past that. Past the point, put the brake on the wagons, disconnect this, disconnect the airlines, disconnect the coupler, set the reverser. All we have to do is just move it away from the wagons. Handbrake on, put the damper down, put the air brakes off. The thing is with this, you can't tell whether the reverse is in the middle or not. Okay, put the contract in and see if we got the money, see if we've done it properly. There we go. Elapsed time 61 minutes, bonus time 41 minutes, so we didn't get the bonus. No time bonus. Well done. No squirrels were harmed. Bunch of money. Yeah, I'm not fussed using this steam engine. I'm not fussed using this steam engine. This one. I mean, it looks nice. It's just a bit awkward to use. I mean, I'd rather the bigger one. The big one just seems nicer to use. The controls layout is nicer. The controls layout is nicer on here. Maybe I'm just used to it. I suppose if I used it more, maybe I would get used to it. But we'll just leave this parked here. And the current state of the game at the moment, if we go like to another station or go somewhere else, then this will despawn and all the wagons will despawn. But that's one of the things they're going to be implementing in the future, is that wagons and locomotives and things will stay permanently. Okay, this is fine then. The handbrake's off because I was using this last time. Reverse in neutral. Okay, should we go somewhere else, or should we take a job? Right, what wagons are those? You got those 3 wagons there. They don't seem to be doing anything. 4 wagons. What are these? What's this? Number FMFH65. FMFH65. So it's one of the green ones, is it? That's it, 6.5. Goes to the goods factory in town. Goods factory in town is all the way over there. So we could reverse them. We'll have to reverse them, won't we? Because our engines are facing the wrong way. Or we could just use the DM3 again and use the DM3 in reverse and just drag them all the way out there to the goods factory. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, this is FMFH65, which is these 4 here. So we'll put this one on park. So the things are open. That's on neutral. That's closed. Damper's open. There's hardly any power in it. Right. Take the handbrake off. And we'll use the DM3 like we did last time. But we're going to have to use it in reverse. Okay. Be good if we had like this facing the other direction on the back so we could we're still dragging that thing around as well, aren't we? Okay, give this brake priority. Brakes off. Starter electrics on. Press the starter. Take the starter off. Okay, put it to gear. Make sure the brakes work. Yeah, the brakes work. Okay. Hang on. This thing's run out of oil, is it? This thing's run out of oil because we need to oil the running gear even though we're dragging it. We still need to oil the running gear. We've got to repair these at some points and get these to a repair track. Lubricator. Yeah, this is going to be awkward because we travel backwards, so we can't see the speed limits. I think if we just keep it under 30, it'll be fine. We'll be driving backwards like Captain Scarlet in one of those vehicles. Drive backwards. Those are the wagons we need. 65. How heavy are these wagons going to be anyway? 190 tons, so it's well within the limit. I think this thing DM3 can handle about 500 tons or more. Adjust my seat because I've got a bit of pain. What's the time? 1:34. I'll have to go to bed soon because I'd like to do something later in the day. B60, that's definitely a track we've got to pick them up from, isn't it? Yeah, B60. B60 it is. Outbound. They're outbound tracks. And you've got S for shunting tracks and I for inbound tracks. So O is the outbound tracks. I believe. Outbound tracks. Cows! Cows! Cows. Right, hang on. Let's try. Yeah, that's set. Right, let's go and get these things up. Brakes off. Set the reverser. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Right, so I'll put the podcast I was listening to back on. I don't think it's a very good one I'm listening to tonight anyway. What is the goal of this game? It's a sandbox game like Kerbal. It's a sandbox game like Kerbal, so it's just plain, railway simulator. However, I'm playing a career game, so I've got money and jobs to do, but there is no goal. Where's the station? You can buy licenses. You got fees. You got the fees and insurances to pay. Like fees. I could go fees. Like if we damage any of the rolling stock, you get fined for it. And you got licenses to buy. You got licenses to buy, and you earn money to get the licenses. There's only certain vehicles you can own. Statistics, but it's largely a sandbox game. There are simpler games games of play, modes of play like Kerbal, where you can free reign and you got flying cameras and things, and you can remotely operate the locomotives. But I'm playing in the strict realistic mode, so I don't have access to remotes on the locomotives. It's like I press this little button to teleport. Well, in realistic mode, you can only teleport a couple of feet in front of you, but in the non realistic modes, the teleports, that little loop there, well, it can appear anywhere you're looking. And originally, Derail Valley was a VR game, is a VR experiment. But of course, I don't play with VR. But I found it was so easy to use not in VR. It's so I can't use VR headsets due to my bad eyesight. I'm really long sighted. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine in 2D. Works fine. I say 2D. I mean as in on a flat screen. But yeah, it's a sandbox game essentially, like Kerbal. But it's still in development. There's a lot of things they got planned in the game. Now, like they'll introduce electric locomotives, so some of the lines will be electrified and some won't. There's plans to introduce signalling and passengers, whether they do or not. Because I don't think they'll master signalling well enough to implement it in the game, because signalling and passengers, it's. But one of the things they are going to do is have NPCs and moving vehicles on the roads and things like that, and also a whole second map. They're working on a whole second map. But it is still in development. It's still in early access, I believe. It's like they still using the 3-link couplers here, and one of the things they're going to implement as well, or they've been talking about implementing, is having knuckle couplers. So they'll have a different sort of coupler. But I'm happy with the 3-link and the buffers, to be honest. I think this is fine, 3-link and the buffers. Okay, did we take those brakes off? Of course, it is possible to have crashes and explosions. It does happen, and you can derail. You can derail and cause all sorts of things now, and flip over the wagons and all sorts. In Derail Valley, there is destruction. I've only derailed. I've had stuff stuck on points before now, at least twice, and I've derailed once. No, had one big crash once. But there are petrol tankers and chemical wagons in other stations. And the chemicals will explode. Another thing, the steam engines, if you're using really high throttle settings with a lot of soot being pulled through the smoke box, the firebox, then embers can come from the chimney, like in real life. And if you pull in, say, a cargo of wood, the embers can light the wood. They can set the wood alight, so your cargo can set alight as you're travelling along. And that's actually a realistic thing. It would happen back in the day. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? I'm just checking. I wanted to check. We've got a delivery of fruit and wool. So these wagons are carrying fruit and wool. We're taking them to the goods factory in town. So we've got to take them to the goods factory in town. So we've got to do the route map. It's like I can change the points on this map, but you have to buy the license to change the points. Otherwise, you got to run ahead and then do the points manually. So we're down here in the farm. So there is a lot to the game. It's still in development. I'm enjoying it anyway. So we've got to change that point there, change that point there. Got to go to the goods factory, so we change that point there and change that point there. Okay, so the points should all be in our favour. Oh, another thing, you can overspeed the engines. It's like you've got the revs there, oil temperature, because this has got a torque converter gearbox, this diesel engine, diesel locomotive, and if you spend too long down here in the yellow and the red, it will break and it will explode. It will break and the windows will smash, and you'll see. We're not going to do that today. You've got fuel levels to manage as well. You've got sand, because if you lose traction, you can put the sand out. So yeah. And you can break the gearbox, because this has got a gearbox. This has got a manual gearbox. Just put it in neutral. And these are gears, because this is a manual gearbox locomotive. And it is possible to break things by changing the gears when the throttle's in the wrong setting. So there's a lot to the game as well. You've got this brake management, because this is the brake control. This has got access to the brake lines. That's the air brake lines, which are on the whole length of the rake. And it's possible to get that valve mixed up by here. This is a thing they implemented in one of the previous updates, because this valve wasn't there originally, and it was causing problems with the brakes. It's like if you have two locomotives with this valve open, you may be losing air on the brake lines through the other locomotive, and so you won't have brakes control. And yeah, there's a lot. Oh, and another thing they've got in the game as well is you can if you have owned vehicles, like out of those 3 locomotives, I don't own any of them. These are like owned by your employer. But this caboose, though, you can own certain vehicles. You can modify it. Like I modified the sign on the side. I called it Clubhouse Caboose from Get Along Gang, because you know it's a caboose. And yeah, you got this light is a modification you can do in the game, not as in a game mod. It's an in-game mod you can do to the vehicles that you own. Or you can modify any of the vehicles, to be honest. Like, it's like over here, I stuck a hook there. I stuck a hook, but if I left this steam engine somewhere and then moved away from it and this despawned, that hook would go to the shed. And it would go to the shed over here, so it'd be taken off the vehicle. Whereas if the mods I did to the caboose would stay there. So this is all stuff I've bought to modify the locomotives. You can buy these in games. There's shops to visit in the game, and there are cassettes, and this works as well. How do you get this to work? Where's one of the cassettes? You can even put cassettes in here. Stopped. Anyway, it's on. Where's the volume? Stopped. Oh, where's rewind? Oh, it's not playing, is it? You need to rewind. I know how to how cassettes work. I mean, I do have a cassette player on the shelf beside me, but yeah, come on. Stop. Ah, sod it. You turn the cassette over. No. Why is it not playing? you know, I know. Oh, well, anyway, other people could get this playing, you know. Well, there's a radio station anyway. I want the tape to work. All right, never mind. Just turn it off. Just. Well, we've got this job to do anyway. We've got this job to do. This is right. We're going to set the reverser. The brakes off. Right, let's get going. This diesel locomotive is a bit slow. It's tough but slow. So we put the throttle down, we can put the gears up. Make sure that the wagons are coming along. We have coupled them up, haven't we? And I'm just keeping listening out for dragging brakes and squealing of wheels, just in case we've left the brake on, or haven't oiled one of the axles or something. All the points should be with us, so we shouldn't have to look ahead. As long as we stay under 30 kilometers per hour, all the points should be with us. Fell out. Okay, so that says 90 kilometers per hour, so we could go a bit faster. Throttle down. And go up a gear. Basically, there's 2 3-speed planetary gearboxes, one at the head of the other, and there's the other side of a torque converter. That they've tried to model realistic gearboxes in all the diesel locomotives. It's like that thing, the DH4, that uses a different sort of gearbox that has got 3 torque converters in it. And on the Blue Sky, Twitter analog, I've got a post down there where I actually drew what the inside of a realistic gearbox on the DH4 looks like, just because I was trying to get my mind out around how the gearbox worked with the 3 torque converters. So I drew out a little hand sketch. Oh, I say hand sketch, I think I used a mouse. I've got the graphics tablet, the pen tablet and my monitor, and yeah, I used the mouse to draw this little gearbox schematic. because I looked up schematics of gearboxes and try and work out how it worked. And I refused to use the DH4 until I worked out how the gearbox worked. Right, we're going to the track on the left. The track on the left goes 70 kilometers per hour line speed. This thing will hardly hit 70. We're only doing 20 at the moment. We're not in top gear, but that's an uphill. Excuse me. There's an uphill climb, so we'll have to use the lower gear anyway. So if we leave it, see, it goes uphill. We'll leave it as it is. A bit more throttle on it. Make sure the sander's off. We got fuel. Got oil. Revs. The oil temperature's fine, but as we start climbing and going uphill, the oil temperature will go up. See, it's going up. Revs are going down. So I can put a bit more throttle on it, but you've got to be careful. And of course, changing gear on a hill is going to be awkward. We could change down gear now. Crunch. See, it's not because we're dragging the locomotives as well as the wagons, so it's quite heavy. There you go, oil temperature's going up, we could break it, we might have to stop. And the reason why I'm using the lamp is because this light is too harsh, I think. This light is too harsh. It's more intimate lighting having the lamp. Well, it's not, I mean, the lamp is, one of the unrealistic things about the lamp is that it just keeps burning forever. You don't have to keep relighting it. It will go out if you drop it, but it's fine. I'll drop it. But it's still lit anyway. But when you buy the lamps new, you do have to light them with a lighter. Right. And the oil temperature's going up. A bit more throttle. Warning light is going to go on. There you go. Volkswagen. You've got to be careful changing gears with the revs because you can put the revs too high or too low. Everything's fine back there. Goods factory in town. What track do we need to get on goods factory in town? Is D6I. How do you have electricity? There's an alternator on the engine. They don't have electric locomotives in the game yet. They're going to implement this. This is diesel, not electric. There's an alternator on the engine. Though in the future update, they're going to be introducing electric locomotives with electric overhead lines. But in the game at the moment, they don't have any. Now, the caboose, on the other hand, does have electricity. That has infinite electricity. That's the only thing. This takes... I'm going a bit fast. Where's the brakes? Because these are lap-in brakes where you can keep a certain amount of air in the brake lines. You don't have to have the brakes fully on. Yeah, the caboose is the odd one out, as in it has got infinite electricity. You just plug things in and it works. The torch has got solar power on it, so it's charging from solar. It's got the solar panel, but there is a charger, I think, I've stuck in the caboose. This would be easier if we were facing forward. Right, there's a triangle. There's a triangle there. So we could go around that triangle and then push the wagons up into the goods factory. So we could do that. Right, and the siding, we've got to get them on as D6I. So goods factory is by there. So we've got to get them to D6I, which is all the way around there. D6 inbound. What about the steam ones? The steam ones have steam-powered dynamos on them. Right. They got a steam-powered dynamo. There's a valve. Where is it? There's a valve here. That's the compressor. That's the compressor for the brakes. what it is. There's a small dynamo. This is a small steam powered. It's like there's a steam circuit that comes off the boiler, and you can turn this valve on or off. When it's off, the electricity doesn't work. When it's on, the electricity works, and that's how you get power for the lights. So there's a little dynamo there. Trying to get back up there. That's all that is. So the line speed in here is like 120, something like that. Tree. I'll just put the torch down there so it gets recharged. There are physics bugs where stuff you've placed down does fly out the window. And I've lost a few lamps I have, and they've just fallen out of doors and things like that. 10. So we've got 100 kilometers an hour by here. Just change up a gear. Yeah, 30. So got to check oil levels. So there's the brake line pressures, brake pressures, sand. We don't need to worry about sand. Just make sure that doesn't go too high. It's at 90. This thing can't even go that fast. So as long as we keep it around 30, we know we're under all the line speeds that we'll see on this journey. that's about as fast as we can go, because if we move the throttle any higher, the oil temperature is going to get too high, and we're in the highest gear, so that's about as fast as we can go. This thing's only slow, the DM3, this locomotive is only slow, because it's based on a British shunting locomotive, a Class 5. I'd like to go and see some of actually real preserved Class 5 and just have a see of one. But one of the differences, this has got the controls on the right hand side, but a British one, a true British one, would have them on the left hand side. I suppose that's why they put slots here. Like the American trains are right hand drive, but the British and European trains are left hand drive. Interestingly enough. But during grouping, or previous to grouping, a lot of independent railways, grouping was 1927 when all the independent railway companies around the country in the UK were merged into just four big. Actually, there's more than four. It's more complicated than that. And the different independent locomotive companies, prior to 1927, had actually prior to 1947, we had a mixture of left-hand drive and right-hand drive locomotives and track, because also the track can be left or right hand drive, because it's the placement of things like signals and line side things. And it's like the GWR in the UK. We had right-hand drive locomotives, and yet the LMS and the LNER in the UK had left. So in 1947, when British Railways was formed, and everything became all under one umbrella, it was awkward, because different locomotives couldn't go to different parts of the country. And also the loading gauge in the UK was slightly different. The GWR had a larger loading gauge than other companies. And so when GWR locomotives and rolling stock found their way on other parts of the network post 1947 and the formation of British Railways, then they actually hit bridges and things and platforms. So built to a slightly bigger loading gauge. It's just interesting stories about trains and things like that. Okay, what we're going to do, I believe we need to go up there, so we're going to reverse these now, and we're going to push the wagon. We'll push the wagons, yeah, I was just making sure we still got the wagons. There's 4 wagons in there, yeah. Right, just slow down, the brakes on. So we go down the gears. I'll only go down the gears once the revs have gone under 60. Just so we don't break anything. Okay, we're off the points down there, aren't we? Yeah, we're off the points. Right, let's change the points. I believe we're... press the right button. I believe we're past there. Right, set the reverser, lowest gear, bit of throttle, take the brake off. Is that point changed? Did that point change? Did we change the right one? No, we're going the wrong way. Hang on. I don't even know where we are on the map. I don't even know where we are on the map. I think we've gone too far, haven't we? Hang on, I'm lost. I'm lost. Brakes on. Let's grab the map. Right, I stuck the map up here. Right, let's take that. Let's take that as well. Right. Doesn't look like it's sticking on there. It's supposed to stick to that. Anyway. So we're at the wrong one. We gotta go the other direction. We've got two triangles there, and I believe we're at this one and we need to go to that one. Is that right? Am I thinking that right? Stick this somewhere. I'm lost. Let's put the podcast I was listening to back on. podcast I was listening to was boring, so I turned it off. So, alright, I'm getting tired now. We've got not far to go. There's that viaduct you can see up ahead. We've got to go the other side of that. The goods factory is the other side of there. So we've got to go around the loop. There's a loop on the other side of the goods factory, and we've got to get to the other side of the loop. And hopefully the points are set in our favour, if I set them correctly. And so we could just push the wagons straight into the required siding. But this section of track we're on at the moment is quite a long uphill section, so better mess around with the gears to get us uphill. Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I mean, what's the time? The time is 2:33 in the morning. And at about 10, I'd like to try and drive to a car meet if I can, if I feel like it. I've got to get air in the tyres for the car, and I've got to get fuel. Got to clean the car. I'd like to wash the car as well. There's a car meet about an hour and a half drive from where I am, and I enjoy going there. I just haven't had the enthusiasm to do much over the last few months, and especially the last month. And I'd like to take my car there. I mean, I've got an old classic car, and it will be shown, but it's not like a concourse event or anything. My car's not in the sort of condition to win any concourse events, but it's just like a casual car meet. Well, they go there, they have some stalls, people just drive up, and people walk around and have a look at other people's cards and photographing them. Just don't tell anybody about my misfire I got on the car. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, this flattens out now once we get past the tunnel, and so we can speed up a little. So hopefully all the points are in our favour. There's no wagons we're going to hit smack into. Oh, I got another crash, have we? Another crash to desktop. Damn it. Another crash to desktop. Come on, we've got to finish this. We've got to finish this. Going so well. Yeah, Derail Valley doesn't show the loading screen, does it? Scratch. Initializing vegetation, initializing terrains, loading railway layout, initializing railway visuals, loading game content. Stretch. Oh, I'm tired. Come on, show the screen. Loading, please wait. 86%. Oh, there you go. We're back in the tunnel. Right, gears down, we're in neutral, gear forward. So what track we're on? D6I. Sand, fuel, oil. Late o'clock. Yeah, late o'clock. Yeah, 20 to 3 in the morning. Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, I mean, if I leave here like 9:30, I could probably get there in an hour and a half. Get there for 10, 11, spend an hour or two walking around cars. Might visit there's a small farm shop where I'm going, and so I might visit farm shop for some snacks. I'll drive the car back. So I'll take my big cameras, and I'll take the big cameras and go and see some of the other cars there. Like there's a guy I talked to who's got a Lotus Esprit, and there's another guy I've had a quick chat to who's got an Alfa Romeo SZ, and there's me with a Toyota Paseo. But I've got a rare car. It's rarer than the Esprit, Lotus Esprit. Got a rare car. There's a bunch of escorts that turn up. A transit or two, and who else is regular? There's a bunch of Jaguar XKs that turn up as well as regulars. And there's one Aston Martin DB9, but it's a DB9 automatic, not DB9 manual. Who's there every single time I go there. There's also like 3 or 4 Corvettes that come up to this. There's all the same people in the car meet. It is. It's quite fun. A fun day out. Right, we've got the right track. D6I. So I'm going to go and take some pictures later if I feel like it. My car is in a bad condition, like it's a misfire, and it does need new tyres. Really, it needs air in the front tyres, and it needs gas at the moment. It's also got a bunch of bodywork issues. Okay, where's the brakes? Yeah, these are lappable brakes, as in you must push the lever forward to put air in the brakes. Like the red line is how much air is in the brakes. Like, so that, like, you push it all the way forward and it goes all the way up to like 3.5, but you can actually put the brakes only partially on if you wanted. You push it forward to get air in the brakes, and you pull it to the middle and it'll hold a lower level of air in the brakes. Like if you're going downhill, it'll you can have the brakes partially on. Right, are we past the sign? Right, D6I, D6I. Right, let's put the handbrake on here. Let's put this brake on. We don't need to have the brakes all the way on. We'll put the handbrake on here so the wagons don't roll off. Let's get round. The station's on the other side, so we'll do that. Station building's by there, so that's... Okay. Run. Yeah, it's slightly faster to use the teleport, so that's why I'm smacking the teleport multiple times. Just to move faster than just running. So much realism, yeah. Right, let's Right, let's get this. Right. Elapsed time 74 minutes. Bonus time was 76 minutes. Oh, we got the bonus. I didn't expect that. Even though I got lost on the way. 14,000. Well done. No squirrels were harmed. Alright. Throw that in the bin. Keep the money. Right, we're not going to do any more jobs tonight. Anyway, I think I'm gonna take a break. You see this shed over here? This is where you do the maintenance. Like you can refuel the that's the electric. There's electric battery locomotive that's on the other side of the map. There's and then we've got paying for maintenance, and you've got things like this. This is where you refill the diesel. You got to refill the diesel, that. And you can bring them in here and use maintenance. So anyway, time for sleep. This game is so huge. Yeah, they're still developing it. And you can do stuff like that. You can't light the stove yet. You can't light the stove. You can. A lighter. Yeah. I'm just really excited what they're going to do with Derail Valley. I'm really excited what they're going to do with it and where it's going to go. Anyway, it's time for me to take a break. So, oh look, I had a cup of tea here and I've let the little cup of tea go cold. All right. I'm going to take a break then. It's time to go. So we've been streaming for 2 hours, 31 minutes, 55 seconds. It's 2:50 in the morning. Oh, thanks for chatting, Gary. Thanks for coming in here and having a chat. Keep me company. All right, I'll have to see you again. And good night, good morning.